Hello everyone. Several of you have asked how we maintain our barn during the winter months, so I created this clip to show everyone how we do it. As you can see, it's a typical winter's day here in Michigan, about a quarter mile away from Lake Erie. We had about 4 inches of snow overnight, and we're expected to get another 4 or 5 inches of snow during the day today, and then it's supposed to get colder. We keep our horses indoors most of these types of days, and I wanted to show you what their stalls look like. This stall happens to belong to Hot Lope and Lexus, who's out at BSBR 11 getting foaled out and bred. This is her water trough. Each stall has one of these. The water trough maintains a steady temperature of 40 degrees. The pipes are lined with a heat trace, which you can see here in the video. The heat trace is wrapped around the pipes all the way through the ceiling and back into the tack room. That way they never freeze in the winter months. You can see the electrical conduit which carries the circuit into the water trough where the thermostat is. The walls of the stalls are made of southern yellow pine, tongue and groove planks. They're also insulated. It keeps the horses very comfortable. The flooring of the stall is a 3/8 inch thick neoprene lined fabric which sits on top of 3 inches of crumb rubber that's in tubes, and then we have that plastic molding which goes all the way around the floor. That makes it very comfortable for the horses. We cover that with bedding, and that way they don't have sore feet and they're comfortable all year long. This wooden cover here that you see fits over the exposed pipe, so it protects the horses from injuring themselves or from damaging the piping. Outside of Lexus's stalls, we have our cabinets, which we store our supplies, leg wraps, brushes, and so forth. And next, on top of that, we have our bulletin board where we write notes to each other. On the ceiling of each aisle, we have a radiant heat system, which we use to keep the barn very comfortable. We maintain a steady temperature in the low to mid 60s, and that way it's comfortable for humans and for horses. At the far end of our barn, up in the ceiling, we have an air exchange system that sucks the air up from that side of the barn, goes into the attic, exchanges it with the air outside after it's been heated, and then it blows the air back into the barn at the near end of the barn. And you can see I've got some filters to clean. That's why there's some dust up there, so that's on my to-do list. But that way we circulate the air 12 times an hour, and it keeps the air very fresh inside the barn and gives the horses good air quality year-round. We have a wash rack in the front of our barn, and the wash rack has hot and cold water. The walls are lined with plexiglass, and you saw we keep all of our shampoos and brushes and sponges and so forth. This is our water heater, which is a small unit, but it does a very good job, keeps the temperature of the water at 109 degrees. This is part of our sprinkler system for our arena, which helps to keep the dust down. We can't use it when the temperature gets below freezing, but otherwise we use it year-round. And this we don't use in the winter. This is our fly spray system. Down the center of each aisle and in our wash rack, we have these drains. That's Cadillac, by the way. The nice thing about these drains is that they're stainless steel, so they don't rust, and we don't have to worry about rust at all. The doors to our barn are insulated, which helps to maintain the temperature. Along the front wall, I keep particle board panels, which helps to reduce the molding of the hay. And also, this makes it very easy for our hay supplier to bring the hay in and stack it up for me. Each stall has a hook, which we put the blankets on. This happens to be certifiable Tony's stall, and that's her blanket. It's an 84 heavyweight blanket. We sacrifice our arena in the wintertime to let the horses stretch their legs, so I hang hay nets in the arena, and then they get to walk around. This happens to be one of our Zippo Sensation broodmares, Gracie, and she's going to have a baby in about 80 days. So she gets to walk around, stretch her legs, graze on the hay, and just relax whenever she can. We turn them out individually or with the group if they're, however we feel is safest for the horses, and that way they get to go out all year long. We also have a water hydrant in our wash rack, in our tack room, which provides fresh water for a variety of purposes year round. Normally, in the summer months, I spread the bedding on the fields, but in the winter months, I don't have that ability. So our local um, garbage company brings me a 20-yard dumpster, which I change out every 2 weeks, and we fill that and they haul it away, which makes it very convenient. And then we store our bedding behind the barn. That's how we maintain the farm during the winter months at Painted Plantation. If you ever have any questions, feel free to give us a call.